Good evening, Free Enterprise friends. Happy New Year. Welcome to our first community race of 2021, a year we all hope will be less difficult to deal with than 2020 was. My name is Pixel Tamer. I am joined by Commander Leonhardt on comms. Behind the scenes, we've got Dathus and Plumeria Knight. How's it going, Commander?
Doing well. I'm excited and honored to be coming the first race of 2021 here with you. It's going to be great.
It's pretty exciting. Tybalt is definitely in the season, as we can see with those names.
But wait, why is the loot gone?
That's a very good question. Why is the loot gone? The whole gimmick of this flag is we like treasure, but we've got TFP. What's the deal?
Yeah, we've got T empty. We've also got some objectives that, have to do with the treasure. We've got a treasure that we have to open, even though it's completely empty. We have a vanilla ribbon room we have to go to, which will actually have 2 chests with things in them. That'll be exciting.
That's right. They are key item checks on this flag, so they will have something in them.
It's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, we need quite a few key items for this seed for sure. But compensating for the fact that there's very little loot is that we're gonna have some really crazy shops. We've got S Wild set, we've got S Free set, so you're gonna find all kinds of wild and crazy stuff in the shops. No adamant armors because that's turned off in the flags, and we're not gonna find any Japanese items. So that means no star veils, no silk webs, no Bacchus wine, sirens, etc. You're only gonna get the ones that you start with, the ones that you're lucky into finding, and the ones that you can steal if you manage to come across an edge.
You can still get them out there in fights, and they might be the fights, the steals, the drops. Those are options.
Yep.
Those trap chests matter more because the items might be there too.
Right, we have K-Trap set. It's not a common flag we see in racing, but it does mean that all the trap chests are going to be extra useful because there's a chance you might have your progression there instead of just a useful item.
And we're starting with the Ladies' Night. We have Rosa and Rydia and a ribbon handing over, making sure that our ladies are well dressed as they ventured out into the world.
Ribbon's nice, gives some good defenses, protects them against a bunch of stuff. Might help that Rydia stay alive long enough to levels.
Maybe the ribbon is what we need for Objective 4, give Kane a haircut?
Oh yeah. I bet he might look good with that.
Yeah, I think this works. Our runners are taking off.
Yeah, I'm not going to get that Objective 5 anytime soon. My home is a mess thanks to ceiling disasters and leak like that.
I'm going to have to forfeit on that one.
Yeah.
K-Trap
the goal for the long.
A lot of room for divergence, as well as S Wild. So let's see what happens.
We've got Cure 3s and Baron. There's Artemis bows in Mist.
Along with the Drain Sword, good times. Got a Cecil hanging out with Aquaman.
We've got ribbons in Mist also. That's awesome. You can totally wear 5 ribbons into the end game and you'll be just fine.
Oh, yeah. Ran this on Monday and had 5 ribbons and 5 crystal rings. Golbez was ha ha ha.
Yeah, and Lilith rods too. Mist Village is stacked.
Yeah, I mean, any shop can be. You could have the best things here in Mist Village and the most horrific, ugliest shop ever in Kolkol's Forge.
Yep.
McBain's picking up some rune axes. I mean, might as well. They're free. That'll come in handy.
Yeah, not a whole lot of exciting armor, but we do get a Sylph Summon, we got our life potions, Troya's got some goods also.
Tybalt makes a quick check on Mist Cave, finds Plague in there, says, "You're not the boss I was looking for." Hi.
Yep, Cure 2s in Kaipo. Which we're probably not going to see a whole lot of. Already found our Cure 3s.
Yeah, exactly that. And some Avengers, apparently. Missed that shop, but...
Also in Kaipo, very nice.
Kaipo, Nice. Yeah, looking for that gear, but oh, black. Black armor and rune rings. Not terrible.
I mean, black armor is kind of terrible since it's only usable by the Dark Knight.
I misspoke. Let's try that again. Black robe
Yeah.
rings.
The black shirt over at Kythro, yeah. Sorry. I got a little mixed up because we've already seen we've already seen black mail somewhere as well.
Yes.
So many checks happening so quickly. Holy crap, there's some Excaliburs.
Have some Excalibur, sure. And the Ether 2s. Just get all of the things.
Yeah. Just get everything you need right now.
Get it out of the way, get powered up, and then go wreck some things. McBain.
Yep.
Charging straight through Antline, which is so much a faster check if you don't stop to loot.
Yeah, and question in chat about G-Self. The very quick version is, if Rydia is not your center character, it does not consume MP to cast the Self spell.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she doesn't start out with enough MP to get the job done. So you got to get her through.
Not quite.
Dragon Whip in the other shop, though, would be handy in the meantime.
Yeah, there was also some elixirs for sale in Mysidia, in addition to that Dragon Whip.
CPU is a good fight for keeping a low HP character alive, as the attacks are purely damage-based.
Rosa's doing some decent damage. I think I saw her shot for like 250 damage. That's an easy quarter of the boss's health.
So McMahon's going to get through this without any kind of trouble and give us our first key item check. Some of our other runners are still shopping. Phoebus heads up to Hobbs and finds Kane with an evil wall.
And I'll take that. We've got Avengers. We can just throw that on him and let him do a bunch of damage, and that won't really be a problem unless we run into D-laners at a bad spot.
Yeah, you can go ahead and wreck. On board.
Just crystal armor. We've already found that in shops.
Yeah, not impressed. The check is out of the way. A lot more checks are going to come up empty because there are so many places to find key items and
we've got
a lot of misses.
Yeah, we've got our normal like 28 checks from K main moon summon, and then we add easily another 30 or so with K trap. I mean, there's 10 alone on the moon.
Yeah, it's going to water it down.
Yeah. This could be a longer race than many of us are used to. On the other hand, with all the gear, it could also be a bit quicker.
It's going to be long routing, but short fighting, basically, what you're saying there. Right?
I would agree with that. Sorcerer's Robes over at Eggart.
Masamune being sold in Fabul if there's an edge in town. That would be nice.
Oh, definitely.
Still a lot of flying around. Still a lot of getting set up, which is not unusual. Same sort of thing happened Monday.
Yeah, you really can't blame people. I mean, there's so much free power to be found here. It makes perfect sense to power up and then just start steamrolling things.
And it's the only way you can power. You can't do what's more normal. It's loot the stuff as you're making the checks and then shop as you need to for certain specific things. No, you've got to check. Like you say, with the power that's available, you don't want to miss a chance to get your characters fully kitted out.
Yeah, and McBain, I just noticed on his screen that not only do we have Excaliburs in the item shop in Silvera, we also had Mutant Eyes, which are useful for certain bosses.
Yeah, a lot of bosses are of the mage type, and Mutant Eyes are one of several weapons that will deal quadruple damage against mages.
Also, just trap chests, like the Mad Ogres.
True. Yeah, there are definitely trap chests that also are mage type. You end up stuck on the moon, there are a few warlocks hanging around.
Like, they don't have the raw power, but like the 4 times damage from targeting a specific enemy class, it adds up.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely one of the things to keep in mind as you're going after bosses. What weapons can exploit the weaknesses and what foes you haven't faced yet. And as you remind us, K-Trap extends that list of foes that might be taken down.
Hmm.
Davis is going to defend Fabul. Get that out of the way.
Yeah, I think that is the first person to do that on stream. But McBain right behind him.
Oh, it's about as vanilla as it can be. We can argue about whether this is truly vanilla in the land of Alt Gauntlet, but this is the Gauntlet fight in Fabul.
This is Dathus brand of vanilla.
Yes. It's worth a vanilla to me.
For those not in the know, tonight's restreamer Dathus has a bit of notoriety in the community for rolling seeds with a high percentage of vanilla content. It's like bosses, characters, items being found at the same spot you'd find them in the vanilla game.
Yes. Slightly out of position, we'll call it French vanilla, and this is a little not either one. So sprinkles, a little cinnamon for some spice. I like what I'm seeing in chat about.
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone that wasn't aware of what the alt gauntlet flag is, a normal gauntlet is normal fights that are here in Fabul. Your soldier types and your lone gargoyle and
yeah, and those
Reaper
will get scaled to whatever the
combo. Yeah. The alt gauntlet instead pulls the encounters off of the encounter table for a nearby area. So these are the 6 possible encounters that you face in Fabul. Start with the most common one and work your way to the most rare.
Yep. We learned that the Hobbs summon is Ifrit, not a bad choice while we're getting started. And we get an apple for our trouble for defending Fabul.
Yeah. Apparently that was the spice on the vanilla.
Chat asserting that Ifrit as the summon on Hobbs is vanilla-ish, and I can get behind that.
Yeah,
since
again,
we'll learn higher in the vanilla game there.
Yeah, and that's the closest we're gonna get is the fire from Jin with the Hobbs flag on. Rydia no longer learns Fire 1 there, which is just as well because there's really no point.
Yep, we've got Crystal Rings and Silvera. I just spotted that. And Rubicon is the second boss of Baron Inn.
Will there be lag? Or will fall too soon?
Hard to say. This is a slow spot. Kane's dealing a lot of damage with that Avenger.
We wait for leg. Bane is making his way up Ordeals. That'll be our first glance at that, and we are denied leg.
Oh, we've got a Crystal Sword to go with our Cecil. Love it.
That works. I mean, you don't hate it, that's for sure.
Bet you a cookie that Boo Bear's headed straight for Ordeals.
And we've got a Nope Rope that'll be meeting him there in the first slot, which Pogo is not the worst spot to find him here. He's not going to hit hard between waves, and at least you'll get through it relatively quickly.
Yes, and Avenger Kane will continue to be a blender. And Rosa chipping in for damage with a nice crit there. Sylph Summon here will trigger the counterattack from Ogopogo, but it is going to heal for enough that that counterattack is going to still leave you in a situation where you're up hit points overall, or it just doesn't counterattack if it dies.
Can't counter if you're dead, that's for sure. Yeah, Kane might be the blender. Kane might be a blender now, but as soon as Woobear gets through ordeals, he's going to show us the blender.
Yeah, there's a reason the community loves to see Crystal Sword Avenger Cecil.
Yes, even at level 1, he's going to be doing impressive damage, and it's only going to get better.
And we see the turtle as the second boss here. I'm not super worried about this. We have some level 2 J items, so we can throw a Zeus Rage in response to the water and deal significant damage. We could throw a Boreas while he's vulnerable to ice and deal significant damage. So this should be a cakewalk.
Yeah, and even a fully powered wave at this point, I believe you're looking at a 3,000 hit point spot, so 4% of the 120. So even a full powered wave wouldn't threaten this party.
Yeah, and even Iridia would survive that. The race is on between 3 of our runners. Who's going to complete Objective 5 first? We know that Woobear's going to have the first Paladin.
Yeah, which is going to give him a huge head start, not just for having taken that check out of the way, but just also for the power that a Crystal Sword Cecil brings to the table.
Yeah, there's a reason why in 3 Myth Zone the admins tried to make him a little bit less ubiquitous by adding the vanilla agility flag to make him less of an auto take.
Some people shied away from it for that reason. Some people just embraced the Cecil and didn't care, but even if you did that, you still had to watch out for a few things along.
Yeah, I was on Team Maybe Cecil personally.
I was generally on Team Go Cecil, and then there was a race I was restreamed in which I ditched Cecil and found a Crystal Sword immediately afterwards. And
oh no, that's the worst.
That poor Chocobo in Feymarch. I just virtually slammed that sword on the counter. So,
main match for that so quickly I couldn't see what the item was. Oh, there we go, it's a hook.
All right then, this could be our way underground. Well, it is a way underground.
Yes.
It'd have to be the
and with Mylon's here, we now know that the boss of the Bygone spot is Mylon and friends.
And we have some French vanilla here that goes down real quick.
Yeah, he just wanted to come inside. It's kind of windy up there. And for whatever reason, the Fiend of Earth is weak to aerial attacks. Because Vanilla Game has some excellent coding and shortcuts and things.
Yeah, FF4 logic for you. It's how they made the Fiend of Earth immune to Quake.
I'm finally diving through FF1, and there's some really interesting logic bits there, but that's a discussion for
not story, but for another time.
Three of our runners are about to have Objective 5 on the board.
All completing it around the same time. Still looking for more fun. Got the hook to get underground. Much more to be done.
Yep, the hook is a character, it's 2 key item checks, and it's underground access. We've also got Castle Evelyn nearby, which is 3 key item checks. I suspect we're going to see runners head in that vicinity, even if they don't necessarily dive the hook quite yet, but with the stuff we found so far, I expect we'd just go for it, unless there's a really awful boss in the way.
Yeah, you do want to get underground. There are a lot of key item checks that are not that hard to make underground. You have your freebie in Feymarch. You can set up a Sheila 1 to come back to Fabul. Somewhere in Sylph is the Toad Lady chest, but that's a dangerous hunt.
Yeah. Oh no. Sorry to interrupt. Woobear just backrode his Cecil backwards. He put the bow in the main hand and the ammo in the offhand. It's supposed to be the other way around.
For a back row glitch, it does not matter. You can set it up however you want. If he actually wants to fire that arrow, he'll care what hand they're in, but you can succeed on the glitch out.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's what I learned today, I guess, is that for the setup, you can do it either way.
I didn't know that at first either.
I know that for Edge, you have to specifically put the weapon in his right hand.
Yes, the boomerang must go in the right hand, unless his right hand is empty. Then you can put the boomerang in his left hand. Which, again, weird corner case? Sure.
Yep, and we've got 2 more runners going through Baron Inn. Gonna go through the Antlion, then we've got Rubicon to get some Paladins going on.
You figure everyone's coming here thinking, other than Woobear, of course, thinking, hey, I've got an Excalibur. I might as well go get a Cecil, only to find when they get done that it's even better.
Yep.
They're going to make the Zop. There's a Flame Dog up here somewhere.
There's a Flame Dog up here. Doesn't have a whole lot of health. We'll probably fall over to a single Boreas. And who knows? Maybe we'll even see the spicy check for Mist Dragon at Mega Sisters.
That is exactly what I was wondering. You're in the area. Maybe you just go ahead and check that Magister spot. Finding the Flame Dog in the very first chest, I think, makes it a little less likely, but Woobear might go for it.
Yeah, I think, like you said, we're at the bottom of the tower right now. It's going to be a few minutes to go and do that check for the Demist. Probably not worth. But we've got a Pinktail for our trouble. It won't be an Adamant Armor, but it will be a very powerful item one way or another.
Yeah. Or I think 8 different things it could be. Crystal Sword, Excal, Avenger, White Shirt, Party Bow, Ice Lance.
Yeah, I think it is any tier 7 item.
Yes, it is definitely a tier 7 item. I think that with Adamants being out of the pool, there are 8 such items.
That sounds about right.
Either way, it's going to be good times. But some of the things, I mean, you've already got 99 Avengers. Did you really need 100th?
Yeah, and eventually we're going to find some of those other very powerful items in shops, or we'll have items that are almost as good. Like, it's not going to be super exciting to get a white shirt out of that check when we've already got 99 sorcerer shirts.
True. Like a good white shirt.
So we'll probably see our runners hang on to that until they've got the rat tail as well.
Yeah, I would do the same. I would be in no hurry to turn in the pigtail. And a second Cecil. Maybe that. Even then, I admit that's pushing it.
Yeah, that's a little greedy.
You're already loaded down with X kills.
Yeah, but Woobear heading into Castle Evelyn, we're gonna see the first check here.
We've got the Black Cats and the Lamios who like to counterattack when you don't finish them off. There's the Bluster, but you know what? I hear that ribbons are good here.
Yeah, it turns out being immune to stuff is good.
Right? It's life so much easier. Bane's found the Stalemen and the Skulls, and Big Bomb says, what are skulls? Skulls are nothing.
And Crystal Sword Cecil says, what's a stale man?
Right? So we'll get to see 2 different chests. We've got music in McBain's chest. Good times.
That's required, I think.
Aired. And a simple defense sword for...
You know, I see it on the cane. Equip the defender, and then start Avenger glitching.
Yeah. When the Avenger's equipped and you don't take an action with Kane, the game never gets a chance to update the weapon stats. So you get the power of the defense, which is better than the Avenger, but you also get the joy of the Berserk status. This is why Crystal was burned.
Yes, and in the basement of the Evelyn Castle, we find our 3rd trap chest for the Mad Ogres. We're seeing some life glitches deployed, gonna try and get that little bit of extra experience.
Damn.
Yeah. 2,000 damage hit. There has to be a Rune Axe involved for that.
Yep, exploiting that Mage Weakness. Rune Axe into Avenger. Nope, not just straight up Rune Axe. You didn't even, no need to Avenger glitch. Oh,
meanwhile, Jeebus is delving Evelyn Cave. I did not see what that was in the shops.
Would you like a Excalibur number 100, McMahon? That's your reward.
Here, if you collect 128 and take them back to Kokol, you get something good.
The 128 Excalibur glitch? Crystal swords, protect rings, and not much else. The
Oh no,
commentary.
those are terrible choices. Thank you, chat.
The sad thing is, he's not wrong. We have a crystal sword for our Cecil. We have all the crystal rings we could want, so some weird place where we're desperate for elemental resistance from protect rings. Welcome to S Wild, folks. Everything is free, and
you might want to do some agility manipulation, and like protect rings don't have the +5 agility that crystal rings do. So maybe you want to slow down your anchor a little bit.
yeah, maybe. It's fair. Just knocking down the Staleman in Cave Eblin. Hey, it's a Luca key.
So that's required, and that's also a vanilla chest location. Add one to the tally. That is where you fight the Staleman and vanilla.
Uber, hero of the people, immediately making the music check. Also, it's an objective, so
Yep.
victory.
And we see Bahamut setting Porum on fire at the hook spot check.
Bahamut, not that bad at all in that spot. There are a lot of rude possibilities there, but to be fair, the lack of Star Veils is an issue. But I think with Sword Avenger and Kane Avenger, that Bahamut will go down before finishing him.
Yeah, and worst case, you could throw a Star Veil up on your Rosa or your Rydia for safekeeping, and then just life up the fighters if you need to.
They will stay Avenger glitched. Just get them back up, and they will charge back into the fray.
Yeah, and Bahamut won't care if you've got 1 hit point or 500 hit points at that spot.
Uber has reached the Dark Elf. McVane not that far behind. Here in a little bit, DJ Spoony Bard is going to play us a tune.
Yeah, and we still have not seen the trap chest here in Upper Babel. It's probably at this point going to be in the room with the bosses.
Most hilarious place to find a magma key.
Oh, Magma Key here, and then like Wyvern as the first boss of Hook.
Exactly.
But I believe it's time to let the Bard do his thing.
Yes, it is.
All right, and that was a Magma Key at the music spot. I looked away from Jeebus' screen, though, unfortunately, so I did not see what the reward for that trap chest was. Uh,
Chat will get it to us if anyone saw it, or we'll just have to wait for someone else to make that check.
Yep.
Athos,
Uh,
keeping an eye on the individual streams and says not a key item. Didn't light anything up on his track.
Alright. Thank you, Deathus.
Do love to see a magma key at music. I am the sort of person that tends to clear out as much as I can in the overworld before making that dive, and kind of check like that, and you start to hope that maybe your opponents dove the hook route and then it's rude and that you got to go around.
Well, we've got a Baigan at the first spot here. That is kind of rude, but Crystal Avenger Cecil doesn't care.
Yeah, to be fair, when you have Crystal Avenger Cecil and Dragoon Avenger at his side, there's very little that qualifies as rude. Hey, we found crystal swords in a shop. That's the Eblin shop that we were told about.
Yep.
Well, according to Scott Pilgrim, used to be bygone. Now he's bygone.
I have not watched that movie in a while. I mean, I've got the comics as well, but like the movie is more digestible, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Less of a time investment at the very least.
Surprisingly, Dathis? No, it isn't. Scalicity with the eagle eyes on Dathis's inventory. It's like a sorcerer robe was the missing check.
Yep, and I think we already know where to find those, so it's not a huge bonus, but if you haven't been to Aggart yet, it's still a sorcerer's robe.
Big ol' Mega Nuke comes through, or
I'm chosen as survivor. I guess we're looking for the slingshot there.
It works.
Jeebus, our first person through to the underground at about 31 minutes.
Person whose inventory you checked, Scala. Insert name here.
Now, will Jeebus give us a peek at the top of Tower Boss?
Blue robe, and since we faced an alt gauntlet, we know that's a water hag.
Yep, so free boss. Probably going to go pop it immediately. Well, might go pop it immediately. We've got 5 checks we can do in the tower right now between the boss and the 4 chests. And I'm pretty sure that radio knows stop, so they're free.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Cecil has enough levels to one-shot.
Also very possible.
Dathis, if you need to farm for gems, just make sure you use the Infernal Arms that gives you 20% more gemstones.
Thought the city was a fighting game.
I'm mixing a metaphor.
Okay.
I'm referring to Hades.
I should play that at some point. I'm only just getting into Slay the Spire. But again, topic for another time.
The Murasames have been located. Along with the ninja swords. So ninja.
Yeah, no,
Perhaps
neither of
the
those will be
curse ring.
purchased. We have access to Masas, and yeah, Cursed Ring.
That redacted guy sounds like a jerk to Athos. Uber, turning around.
Does not want to deal with that Bagan, I guess.
To be fair, Uber already has a magma key. So I'm up here just to check the trap chest, perhaps. There are several key items that are needed, and you're not ever going to the hook route. You better get the Mad Ogre chest out of the way before you forget it.
Yeah. I had a run recently where Magma was the route underground, but you still had a required item in Hook.
Yeah. That happened to us Saturday, actually. We had K-Trap.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe that was Legacy Club.
It happens a lot. No.
Jeebus beginning the dive into Luca Cave. As you mentioned, it is required. We do have to get all the way to the end and defeat whoever is taking the spot of the evil wall today. But Rydia should have warp by now. It'll be easy to get back out.
As long as the boss here isn't too rude. Pretty strong spot. In particular, it has some very high magic power. There are a few things like Golbez that do bad things.
Oh yeah, and with the speed at this spot, that would make Golbez especially rude.
Yeah. So much speed, so much magic power. Just
Yep, and McBain is resetting out of that Golbez. Or sorry, out of that Baigan.
Yeah.
We got our key item in Eblin Cave, so we don't have to go down there again.
And McBain saw what he needed to see and moved on.
Yeah, resetting back to Eblin Cave instead of having to climb back out of Upper Babel was heads up. Use your save slots as a resource. You get 4 of them. Use them.
Yes, save scumming, very important. Jeebus making the run. Adds an Artemis bow. Number 100, right?
Yeah, I think that's our 100th Artemis bow.
Time. What do we have for this objective? Oh, speaking of bosses that have magical attacks and very high magic spots.
Yeah, this is not a fight we're gonna have fun with. Hopefully that Bahamut that in the queue will do some good damage and make this go well. There goes Rosa in 1 fire 2.
Yeah. Rosa is no slouch when it comes to warding off magic, but here comes the Bahamut, hitting 3 targets. Just enough to get Little Sister.
All right, and she's the one who actually cast the black magic, so this should at least slow the onslaught down.
Yeah. There's one you want to get to give yourself a breather. It's
And now, can we finish off Cindy before she revives the other 2? Yes, we can.
Yep. Indeed. And I noticed that Jeebus was holding that Bahamut waiting. I suspect if a revive had happened, that Bahamut would have shown up immediately. Make sure all the sisters in the blast.
Yeah, exactly. Even though Bahamut targets everything, he only targets everything that was available when you queued him up.
Well, there's a sand ruby in the chest, but if anybody has checked the Kaipo character on stream, I've missed it.
I have also not seen the Kaipo character.
Jeebus still needs to run down the Twin Harp from Ebling Castle. Take care of Cave Magnus, but he's the only one that's knocked out Sealed Cave.
Yeah, there might be a slight facepalm when he sees that there's no Magma Key, but on the other hand, he got through those bosses very quickly.
Yeah.
We've got one trap chest here in the route to the Fame Arch.
Yeah. Essentially a bit of a rude one. Even if you're ready with an hourglass, you're not going to stop their first swing. And you don't know where it is. So if you want to go hunting for it, you've got to do either a float cast every room, which is pretty high level white magic, or you've got to heal up before you open up pretty much every chest. And even then,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, I thought I saw it just north of the entrance, but it was only on screen for a moment.
Hard for me to tell. There was a very bright flash. I find that very distracting.
Yeah, and Fame Arch's chest is just Leviathan, so we're not going to see much use out of that summon unless we don't have enough MP to cast Bahamut. There's bonus round.
Yeah, double pleasure, double your fun for the Asura spot, and some Dark Imps hanging out in the Leviathan spot, which are going to be ruder than a lot of people give Dark Imps credit for.
Yeah, that spot has a lot of physical attack power, so it will hurt when it hits you, but if you can get some cover strats going with Cecil and get him to survive long enough for you to throw the hourglass with somebody, you'll be fine.
Yeah. It's doable if you shut them down quick. If you don't, you're going to find out that having 3 things stabbing at you in that spot is not a good time.
Yeah. And we see Jeebus is mixing and matching both Crystal Rings and Protect Rings, looking to get the optimal agility for the situation.
Believe in yourself and be strong.
Yeah, I was playing around earlier this week, just experimenting, and it turns out you can defeat the Water Hag without triggering that script. It just takes a while because you have to use reflected spells, and the lowest hit point spot in that area for Water Hag is like 45k.
Yeah, I should have seen the look on my face when you said that, because that's a lot of hit points to chew through.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
I used the test site and gave myself a bunch of foos with adamants just to make it fast. And it still took several casts.
Keyless Tower is the play. Darkness Crystal at top of tower. That'll get the Vanilla Ribbon Room opened up, as well as all of the possible key item checks on the moon. Very good chance on Earth Crystals.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, because we've got like 16 checks on the moon.
Something pretty ridiculous. Some of them, even
17
this party,
because there's 2 checks in ribbon.
Yeah.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Some of them, even this party isn't going to be eager to tangle with. The chest with the dragons in them come to mind, but a lot of them you're going to be able to get through, and it double as your grind. So, very convenient that way.
Yeah, because we've got Bahamut, the 5 lunar bosses. The ribbon room has 2 of them, so that's 7. I believe there's 9 trap chests in the subterranean, and then we have the one more in the path. And Dark Imps rewards the Baron Key.
Well, that will open up a couple of checks in its own right. The check at the Baron Throne and the check in the basement.
It does take some time to go through the waterway, though.
Yes, it does. And it takes some time to sit through the cutscene to get the Baron Throne item.
Yes, there's much anticipation as we wait to find out what got thrown out today. And chat rightfully pointing out we are 1 item away from go mode.
Yeah, different items in different places.
if we had a Moonveil for Jeebus, this fight would be completely free as configured right now, because cover strats.
Yeah.
Did that pair of a rude Hail Dim, I think, elements on Restream last week. It was fun.
Bear's made his way down Sealed Cave, about to light up that objective. Be our first runner with 3 objectives out of the way. And with the Darkness Crystal also in hand, you have to say that now he's in the lead on stream.
Yeah, Wubear definitely starting to pull ahead.
Probably doesn't feel that way, though. I mean, unless you pull off something really special with so much ground to cover, you're bound to have done some things that didn't pay off, and that never feels good as a runner. There's always that hypothetical opponent in your mind that's doing very well and not making very many mistakes.
Right. Did Jeebus not do Ablin Castle? That's where a Twin Harp is, but I don't see it lit up on his screen.
I don't think he finished. I think he went in and checked part of it, but didn't check the part that has the twin.
Our tracker's gonna go confirm, thank you.
Math is confirming that he did not do Twin Harp, and Maria Knight, you did not miss it. We're on the case.
Yeah, so that is problematic for Jeebus, because he could go on a huge wild goose chase once he gets that Earth Crystal to go and try to find that Twin Harp, and we know exactly where it is.
Yeah. Especially difficult if you go to an area and don't finish the job. You have that sort of memory in your mind of going there, and so you don't go back, not realizing that you haven't finished everything. That happened to me earlier today. In fact, it was brutal.
Yeah, that's why having a good tracker is so important. Just being able to keep some of that state outside your head, because humans forget things.
Right? Weird. Bane's about to finish off Dwarf Castle and see what the key item is there.
What was the first boss?
Avalis.
Oh, that was the first boss.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the Baron guards. That's free. Hi, Edward. Bye, Edward.
Yep. We have no spoon word. We have no spoon
Well,
word
we would
today.
on Jeebus' side, because that's what Demas gave us.
Oh, we're getting there.
If we take our runners and swish them together, we've got a pretty good Edward setup.
Yeah, not about that.
Yeah, and Jeebus is gonna grab that trap chest now. This is the warrior's chest. It's gonna be a bunch of physical attacks. So having Cecil in set up to cover is gonna be great, and Bahamut should just take care of this in a snap.
Oh yeah, Bahamut getting out before the warriors even swing. Nice setup by Jeebus, and away they go.
Yeah, I know some of the high-end runners we have in the community are able to consistently get Palom to cast Quake at this spot before the warriors act, and do this with one hit point on all of their characters, and it's a little terrifying. But we got a Murasame for our trouble, so the real reward was the experience points we got along the way.
To which I say, womp womp.
And we get a defender for Dwarf Castle, so additional womp.
And Bane's gonna pluck the Artemis bow out of Luca Cave using the glitch, so when he goes to complete it, he can just walk straight up to the trigger tile without entering the room.
Yeah, it is marginally faster, I guess.
A little bit. Plus, maybe just a A little bit more in the way of routing. You're already up here. Might as well check the dwarf castle spot while you're at it.
Yep.
And get those key items done.
Looks like there's 2 trap chests inside the Sylph house here. Oh, those ghosts like to cast fire too, and everybody's got 1 hit point except Cecil.
They do, but you know what? The same trick of getting the warriors down before they go works very well in Sylph Cave. Goodbye.
Seems to be some stuttering on Jeebus's screen, so not sure what the reward there was.
Yeah. Not sure either, but our trackers and restreamers have done a good job of picking that up from the runner's individual streams, so we'll be finding out shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're doing the hard work of keeping us informed on what's going on in this madness tonight. We get to do the easy part.
Yeah, so let's quickly shout out Dathus, taking care of restreaming, coupling together the 4 runner streams onto the main channel. The issues are not his. He's done this before. And handling the tracking, Lumeria Knight, keeping up with 4 different racers, lighting up buttons like a pro.
With lots and lots of checks today, more than usual, and it's definitely harder to do stuff with 4 people instead of 2.
Dathus! Well, you can have a legend sword for your bonus round.
Well, that gets us 1 step closer to Excalibur number 102.
Hey! Only 24 more for the secret Coco. Bear, launching the whale. Be the first one up to the moon. Volt, finished off Sealed Cave. Warp, mix of warping and walking hours.
Yeah, so, you're Woobear, you're 1 key item from Go mode. Do you go top down or bottom up? You know that you have an objective at the bottom.
Do the objective first. Go straight to the ribbon room because the earth crystal could be there and that's everything you need. And if it's not there, I think you start working your way from there. Maybe go White Spear and Masamune altar at the bottom. After that, maybe work your way up, hit the chests on the way.
Sounds about right. Sheila 1 was a White Spear. Jeebus immediately reset out of that. It is an upgrade for Kain on raw attack power, but Defender, due to its accuracy, is widely considered to be the best overall weapon for Kain.
Yeah.
And we see Woobear diving Giant, looking for that last arm.
Yeah.
The long ball play. I like it.
Okay, get this chick out of the way because goodness knows you can forget about it if you don't.
Yeah, like, it's not the mathematically optimal play, but it's still a good check. While you're here, you could do a D-Machine if you really want to.
I mean, you could. But given how rude finding Go mode is likely to be, probably just...
Oh, actually, we can't do a D-Machine. We don't have a Tella or a Fusaya.
Details. I mean, not with that attitude, you can't.
Yeah, we could totally Mech Giant, but I said D-Machine.
You could D-Machine, it's just not going to be pretty.
Yeah, you could try D-Machines, it's not going to go the way you want.
It really is not.
Arm has a Dragoon Spear, and there's a reset.
And Woobear making use of save positioning, resets, back to where the whale was originally launched. It's that sort of out of the way cheeky check.
I guess the
It's the sort of thing, if Earth Crystal there, he feels amazing. He feels like, wow, we'll find darkness. Most people are going straight to the objective. I've got this Earth Crystal. This is going all my way. Didn't happen.
Speaking of things not going our way, Jeebus is running into Golbez.
Yeah, that definitely counts as things not going.
We're not super worried about it with what we've got. If we really wanted to, we could try to get Kane in the air at the time of the hold gas and keep an extra character up.
Just the time he spends running his mouth. Raining away.
I did not see our Moon character. I just saw Wu Bear fighting Inventory Boss.
Sid, named
Okay.
Dr. C.
I don't think we take him right now unless we really want to replace Porum for agility purposes.
Yeah, might take him and keep him on the ground as an anchor. That'd be about it. Bane's found the
I mean,
best
we have Curse Strings. We
in the game.
could level him up and take a few swings with the Rune Axe. Contribute a little bit of
Yeah, you
damage.
could. Bear is just going to knock out Trap Chest on the way, finding a behemoth to start. Toad Lady holding a Stardust Rod seems appropriate, but not the item. On the other hand, that Bahamut's going to hit. Jeebus is getting through the Baron cutscene. We know that he can't find the Darkness Crystal or the Twin Harp he's looking for, but Earth Crystal is still at large.
Mm-hmm.
Ag.
Woobear gets another Dragoon Spear for his trouble.
So many whammies, so many places, so few key items. Jeebus gonna make the play for the basement. I like it. You've got the power for it. You don't want to fly away and forget that you never took care of this.
Exactly. And Warlocks and Valkyries, not a hard fight.
And Leviathan in the basement. Ace 2. Punch a little bit, but I think that Jeebus is through this without too much trouble.
Yeah, I don't think this spot has great magic attack, so really the danger is the wave, but it's only 25% compared to Ogopogo's ability to do a double big wave for 50.
Yeah, and Cecil's already going burr, as he does. What's on the basement throne? Is it exciting? Is it a Dragoon helm? Is it a Samurai shield?
It's a free screen!
It is something that Jeebus reset out of. You can't get out of Baron Castle that fast.
Yeah. Not even inventing that fast.
You can't use
Bane did grab a crystal sword out of the out of Sylph Cave chests, though.
Scala? Is that the secret objective? Sorry, folks. I'm talking about tomorrow's race.
Yeah, Zoe has something tricky up her sleeves, and has a secret meta objective for us.
I hope it's John. But we digress.
I just want to find sirens tomorrow so I can actually do the Pink Puff fight. And still nothing too exciting coming out of these trap chests. We saw another Maka, we saw some Rose.
K-Trap does change things up, but it can be a bit of a grind. So much ground to cover, even when you've got the power at your disposal that we've had. It's like you said at the beginning. You're gonna get through fights pretty quickly and without too much of a struggle, but you're gonna be all over the place looking for the right spot.
Mm-hmm. But at least these trap chests are less painful than they could be on account of we've got hundreds of elixirs and life potions, and we can be at full for pretty much anything we do.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And Cecil just shrugging off double punches from one of the biggest beasts in the game, the Red Dragon, says that was 2 damage.
That must be Dragoon Spear into Avenger for that to deal 9k there.
Oh, probably. There are enough dragons in these chests that it wouldn't surprise me if Woobear just put the Dragoon Spear on from the get-go and said, let's handle this.
I mean, it's a perfectly reasonable play. Like you said, there's many dragons.
Behemoths count, and obviously your red and blue dragon.
Behemoths are dragon type? Really?
Believe so.
I'll have to check that.
About that. Somebody in chat will correct me if I'm wrong.
That's a lot of XP, that's a lot of spells. That's another Avenger. We still don't have as many Avengers as Marvel, but we're getting there.
Pan has been located in Sylph Cave, which, if it weren't for the fact that it's so darn hard to find key items in Sylph Cave, would be awfully convenient.
Yeah, Sylph Cave is a maze.
So much better when the traps are vanilla. You just have the Toad Lady off to the side on your way down to Yang, and the other 6 all clustered together in that end.
The Free Enterprise Wiki, I can't connect to it right now, so I can't double check the dragon thing.
Fair enough, Aaron Lore. Someday I'll get it through my head that behemoths are not, in fact, dragons. Probably not today.
Yep, Jeebus acquiring his Darkness Crystal.
Just gonna come down to where is the Earth Crystal, because every runner has different territory they haven't covered. Woobear's covered the most, but even so, he's still left some things on the table. He's gonna go straight to the Ribbon Room. So if Jeebus makes that play, then he'll get there, and he may well get there in front of him. Looks like Jeebus somewhere along the way picked up a tower key, so
Yeah.
he can make this check.
Yeah, I don't have that in my notes, but Chad is saying it was in the Sylph House.
One of the blinked out checks, I would guess.
Yeah.
So see, maybe this is the Earth Crystal. But like, aside from just not going to the Ribbon Room, K value also got left off, and that's a key item check. There's just so much, and you can't possibly help but leave something behind with K-Trap on. No matter which routing you go, no matter whether you take the most efficient route or something a little spicy, you're leaving something behind that someone else who's well behind could go over to and check before you can make your way around.
Yeah, and it looks like McBain is going to do that character check for us. Did save beforehand, will likely reset out of it somebody we don't want.
I mean, we do have enough crystal swords for a second Cecil. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
saying.
yeah. We take second Cecil. We've got, like you said, multiple crystal swords and infinite Avengers.
Oh, brr! Oh, brr.
Goodbye, Porum. You were helpful. You took a nap for us.
Do you need to anchor? You need to anchor. I don't think you do. I think you just go burr.
I think we have enough agility manipulating gear between the ninja hats and the crystal rings that we can make it happen. Rat tail.
It's another key item check. That could be where that earth crystal is.
Yeah. If I'm Woo Bear at this point, like I'm gonna do the objective for Ribbon Room, and then I'm gonna save scum that rat tail.
Makes sense to me. Bear opting for defense sword this time.
Oh, tower key is packaged.
Call it a non-dragon enough. While McBain going for that pan turn in, does Sheila have the goods?
Well, we'll have to see what the second item is, because we already know about this white spear.
Adamant. Nope. If you get your Demas check, you can have Excalibur number 100. Have another non-dragon, Woo Bear. See if the Earth Crystal's here.
Yeah, are there any trap chests we have not seen on Earth at this point? I think McBain pretty much cleared out Sylph Cave, didn't he?
If Sylph Cave is cleared... Let's see, we saw both of the ones on the hook route. We've seen Flame Dog. We've seen all of Eblin Castle. We've seen the warriors. We've seen all 4 alerts. I think, yeah. I think the trap chests on Earth have been plundered quite thoroughly.
Yeah, so that means the only places on Earth that our Earth Crystal could be are the rat tail turn in.
Yeah, that's it. Rat tail has not been turned in, as it's up on the moon. Woo Bear is the only person to have found it. It hasn't come back down. So...
Yeah, Woo Bear the only person who's even been to the moon yet.
Yeah, moon's not just required for Ribbon Room, it's also required to find the Earth Crystal one way or another.
And Jeebus says no to Spoonward.
It's hard to tell who's in the lead, Ghost Rider. Woo Bear's covered more ground than any other runner, and has covered a lot of more of what we know is the required moon. He may already have what's needed for the Earth Crystal in hand with a rat tail, or he might be coming up on it in one of these last spots or trap chests. But until he actually gets that crystal in hand and gets on the move, he still needs to get the job done.
Yep, and we're going to see 2 of our valuable Star Veils being spent here on getting that wall up on Asura. The magic power here is not super high. Cure 3 only getting about 1,400 hit points, but that Cure 4 can easily heal up to 10,000 depending on how far down she is.
Yeah, but Cecil in the back row showing off.
Yeah, do you Avenger him, or do you just let him play cover tank?
Yeah, I think you cover. Let everyone else worry about the damage. Granted, with all the blinking up, it's a good safety.
Oh yeah, Asura will hit like a truck at this spot, and Rydia does not have a lot of health.
I think you want that as a fail-safe when everything goes wrong. Although Renoa in the back is also just Rosa in the back. people that tend to name my Rosa Renoa. I'm in the habit of calling her that.
It's like you're a Final Fantasy VIII fan or something.
Yeah, who knew? Van's gonna take care of that warrior chest.
Jeebus appears to be retracing his steps in Castle Eblin. We'll hopefully get that Twin Harp this time.
Asura goes down. Uber has taken care of objective number 2, but finds ninja gear in the room.
Yep, so we got some experience points, and we got an objective. Yeah, we're basically at Zeromus levels at this point.
Yeah, job's done.
Yeah, it would be nice to get ready up to level 50. We don't have to. Did we not save?
Be fun, but you've got Cecil with the crystal sword, and you've got Dragoon with the endgame weapon, both of them going Avenger. The first part of this is all we needed. That and a Rosa that we cast Cure for. But you add that Dragoon in, and this Z fight's already over.
Yeah. Cecil and Rosa are called the power couple for a reason. Hey, free fight!
Free fight. Even if it wasn't free, that's enough damage that even if this wasn't karate with an out script, it wouldn't be long.
Like you said, Cecil Gobert.
And there's the ouch. There is that moment for the second kick.
Yeah, that's almost enough damage to just KO the regular way.
Yeah, it's close. Ninja Star's a bust. Is it the rat tail? Woobear? Bear's gonna dive in here and look for the last tests. One more room.
Does the third spot of the Lunar Core have a chest? Oh, it does.
This room does, but the next room does not.
Right, the next room is the last room before Zeromus.
Yes, the room in Vanilla with the breath and the mud. So, either Woobear has walked past a chest or a spot. Did Woobear head up to the Crystal Sword altar?
Has not done Crystal Sword altar. I don't think has done Murasame altar. Has not done Bahamut. Has not done the Lunar Pass. And we have not seen the Rat Tail turned in yet either.
All of those. Yeah, so it's not necessarily Rat Tail. There's still a lot of options up on the moon. Far away from the ribbon objective.
That said, my understanding of the algorithm is such that these bosses, so the actual key item locations from Manila are weighted slightly higher than the locations we add. So like you are slightly more likely mathematically to find a key item in a key item spot compared to a moon, summon, or trap spot. Like, it's not a huge thing. Like, definitely go for a volume of checks over focusing primarily on the key item checks. But, like, if you're looking for one thing, I'd totally go safe scam that rat tail.
Five checks that are slightly less likely is still better than one check. Without a doubt.
Exactly.
Kiara's a bust. Time to head over to Crystal Sword Altar, and maybe there's rogue trap chest hanging out.
That's right. There are like 2 or 3 treasure chests on the way up to the Crystal Sword Altar, I think.
Yeah, there was the one there, and we'll find the other one on these stairs here. No, they're both empty. So we've just got our Crystal Sword check. We also have a music encore from Jeebus.
Octomom at the Wyvern spot. This shouldn't be too bad.
And in less time than it takes Jeebus to go through a music check, Woobear finds Siren.
Not super useful right now since we've got our levels already, but apparently we're keeping it.
Yeah. Can't see Woobear making a cheeky play for Adamant Armor. Summoning Pink Puffs.
It's like a 1 in 64 chance, 1 in 256 chance of it dropping an Adamant Armor.
It's pretty low. There was some discussion about this earlier today, and I do not know the exact numbers. Good luck is about what it boils down to.
Yeah, don't count on it.
64 chance if the drop even occurs, but the drop has to happen before the 1 in 64 can be checked.
Yeah, not gonna count on that. Yeah, so all things considered, this has actually been a fairly jetty seed so far.
Yeah, K-Trap on, you can easily be pushing 2 hours before anyone gets done, but we're 1:15 and Bear's cleaning up the last little bits here. Could still be overtaken by another runner that gets up to the moon and just chooses a different order.
I mean, I still want to see that round tail.
Yeah, if any of our runners are feeling behind and they think that the logical play is hit the ribbon room and work your way from there, they might go top down on the moon, quickly find that earth crystal, and be off and running.
We see Rosa casting Cure 4 offensively. This is today's reminder that undead enemies are damaged by Cure spells.
Very useful in certain places. Bear warps out and runs back in.
Yep, slightly faster. And we don't really care too much about that white shirt, but this is still faster than resetting and running back in.
No trap chest in that spot, although it's a vanilla trap chest. So, Arasame Altar. What is your foe? What is your reward?
Yes, Big Bane did give us a peek at the Hummingway shop there. It was just Fat Chocobo related items, so nothing we're really going to use.
Hey!
Yeah, the most annoying thing about this check is going to be the counterattack animations of him casting slow over and over again.
Ah, but it's vanilla, so all is forgiven.
Setting up that Kane with the Dragoon Spear. Has to take an action with the Dragoon Spear equipped before the stats change. So we can't just equip the Dragoon Spear and then immediately equip the Avenger and get the benefits.
Very good point. But even without the Berserk benefit, stabbing in for over 7,000 damage.
Yeah, no complaints about that.
And we're done here.
Yeah, that's a dud, unfortunately.
Yes, it is. You value Woo Bear? Is that it? Rat and Rat Tail, is that all you have left?
Yeah, we got Bahamut, Lunar Pass, and Rat Tail.
Lunar Pass.
We have not seen hair dryers yet tonight.
We're about to.
And nobody has done yet, so
Woo Bear?
it's gonna be somewhere
Woo
annoying.
Bear could still be the first.
Looks like the hair dryers are in their vanilla location tonight.
Indeed. Dare say, though, that if he finds it here, he's not going to feel comfortable.
Yeah, all things considered, this is a very easy check.
A value with a rude boss is one thing. Hair dryers? Yeah. You know, there's a certain rudeness in putting an hourglass in the hairdryer chest.
Little bit. So, Bahamut or Earth Crystal? Or Bahamut or Rat Tail, apologies.
Yeah, that is what it has come down to.
And looks like we're checking Bahamut first. We are going to full clear this moon.
Anyway, you slice it, Woo Bear's in the lead. He's managed to clear out the moon in the time it's taken people to show up. So even though Jeebus is taking hair dryers now, we know it's not the answer. But even if Jeebus were right down to Cave Bahamut now with Woo Bear, he'd still have to go down to the Riven Room.
Yeah, unless we get an absolutely horrible boss here at Cave Bahamut, I expect Woo Bear will have his crystal within the next 5 minutes.
You know, it'd have to be really, really rude to deal trouble to this party. So.
Yeah, and we've already seen Kainatsu. We've got a moon boss.
Oh no, it's D-Lunars.
Do we just power overwhelming this at this point?
I think so. They're gonna have about 20k each, but Crystal Sword should cut through it pretty hard.
Yep, I just saw the Crystal Sword get set up.
Kabam!
These dragons are going to start throwing their viruses out, but I don't think they'll live long enough. Yep, there goes one.
Yeah, and we're fine. And once you're down to one, you're no longer virusing. You're just old. Hey. Never mind that.
That's a very weak virus.
Yeah, that was fine.
All right, it's the Rat Tail. I called it.
Oh my god.
Could have saved like 15 minutes if we just saved Scum that Rat Tail.
Yeah, I said it was a good call when you said let's make it happen. We'll see if any of our other runners, upon finding that Rat Tail, make that play and make up some ground. Even though we don't have any duds, if you're Woo Bear, you can't feel good. You know you've cleared out that moon.
Yeah, this is now like 100% clear for Woo Bear.
Been the answer all this time. Despite that, he's still looking very good.
Actually, no, this isn't 100% clear for Woo Bear. We don't see his Baron Key or Tower Key yet. He must have missed those particular chests.
Oh yeah, he got out of
but
without a full clear, which proved to be the right. Avoided a lot of time-consuming rabbit holes that have kept our other runners on Restream from making it up to the moon until now.
Yes. And, looks like we're going to go grab the hovercraft and turn in that Rat Tail and get our go mode on.
Has to be here, right? We haven't missed anything.
Unless there's a trap chest on the moon that we didn't see for some reason. But Woo Bear is a good enough runner that I'd expect he would clear everything before leaving.
There it is.
There it is. That's go mode, everyone.
Finally go mode.
So as we get ready to end this game, why haven't we seen Zeromus yet? I thought this was a randomizer. Don't we randomize our bosses?
Do randomize our bosses. That's why we've seen trap chests all over the place. That's why we saw Golbez hanging out in Baron Castle and the Magus Sisters down at the bottom of the Lukaki Cave. But honestly, what would you do in a seed if Antlion was required and you found Zeromus there?
Probably cry a little.
Cry a little, beat your head against that wall, probably forfeit. Even scaled. I don't even want to think about what Zeromus looks like trying to deal with that early in the game. So we do not move Zeromus around, nor do we randomize his stats.
But we do want to keep him included.
But yes, we don't want him to miss out on all the randomizing fun. So when the crystal is used to transform Zemus into Zeromus, or Zeromus into his final form, rather, he doesn't show up as the ordinary Zeromus. There are at least 460, maybe 470 by now, different sprites, most of which have been added to the game by our wonderful art dev, Scala Kitty. And we don't know which one we're going to get until the crystal's used.
Yeah.
And that leads to a question. We're going to wait on that question.
All right.
There's a time for the question.
There is a time for the question, and we're getting close, but we're not quite there yet. But yeah, we've got a wide variety of alternate appearances for our end boss from a variety of different media, mostly games, some anime, some comics. Some of the full screen sprites are amazing. We're gonna rate that treasury for us and get a 0 out of 10 treasury.
Given a little bit of time for the rate that treasury theme.
Yep. The swag treasury check. But yeah, some of the full screen Zeromus sprites are really impressive. My favorite one recently is still the Hatsune Miku sprite I ran into when I was doing a charity marathon race with Ground Flyer. And
nice.
Almost regularly running onto the microphone to cast Nuke.
Potatomus is still my favorite. It's the first Z sprite that made me look and go, what in the world am I looking at? Is this guy fighting a giant potato?
Yeah, we've definitely got some obscure references in there. But
now it is time.
Now it is time to ask that question. It involves a butt of some kind.
Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight? And as we wonder that, McBain makes his way to the Ribbon Room to get Objective 2, which Tybalt has already done. Find yourselves a rat tail and leave. There's nothing more for you here.
Uber has exhaustively determined this to be true.
Yes, he's done all the hard work. Cheat off of his paper. I mean, don't cheat off of it.
Please don't.
That's a bad idea. But
yes,
somehow psychically determined, rat tail is the answer. This we will cheer for.
Yeah, and our tracker preliminary night pointing out that we did have a pass in a behemoth chest. Did not determine the floor offhand, but it's out there somewhere. In addition to that rat tail, which is also in a trap chest. And Angry Zeromus is an egg.
I like it. I can get behind starting 2021 with Egamus.
All right. How do we want to cook this egg?
Over easy. And the power of this party. Yeah.
Right. Do you think we're gonna nuke it much?
I think it's gonna nuke us, but In fact, it's making sure, going straight after the would-be
Yeah, bye, Rydia.
of the egg.
It could also be an oddly shaped waffle mist. I was at the grocery store recently, and wow, the selection of Eggos has changed a lot since I was a kid. There's tons of options now. It's crazy.
Yeah, this fight's about as straightforward as it gets.
Yeah. Chat just gave me a brilliant and terrible idea. Scala, can we make it so that when Eggomus gets hit, it hatches into another Zeromus sprite?
Oh dear.
It's gonna be super hard for that.
Kind of hatches when you shift from phase 1 to phase 2, as long as you're not doing pure reflect strats.
That would be good too. Yeah, that's a change to the battle script. It's not a thing we're probably gonna see.
No. Eggomus is indeed shelling out the damage. Roddy Sniper.
And that egg looks like it wants to hatch and hatch into a big bang. Still no not dones yet. Woobear could still take first place. Looking pretty good for him right now.
Yeah, literally no problems here. Like, some of Zeromus's big bangs, if there's absolutely no magical resistance and it rolls max damage, can hit 2,700. But even the weaker ones under those conditions only hit 2,400.
Right. Zeromus wasting a turn on Black Hole. We're not going to care because we've got Avengers and we just maintain our status.
And there's our flash.
Yes, Woobear has cracked the egg with an official race time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, 36 seconds as the winner of our first Restream race in the new year. Congratulations to Woobear. Get your GGs out.
Very well done. As you mentioned, these can take a very long time, and Woobear had to clear out the entire moon, the densest area of the race, to get the job done, and it still got done in just over an hour and a half. Very, very well.
And, sounds like Woobear will be joining us for an interview in just a moment. And here is tonight's winner, Woobear. Congratulations, GG's. How you feel?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, you are coming in clear.
Okay, sorry. My push to talk wasn't working apparently.
No problem.
Pretty good. Yeah, it was a fun race.
Yeah, it was a very quick clear for a K-Trap seed. Those can often take upwards of 2 hours.
It usually devolves into like just lucking into the last item, which eventually I got to, which was nice.
Yeah. I'm a little curious why you didn't save Scum the Rat Tail, but you still got there.
Yeah. Yeah, I got no good answer for that. What are the odds, right? And apparently the odds are good.
Yeah. Mathematically, you did have more checks up there, but what if?
Yeah, that's why I went up there to begin with, because I still had I didn't have any good AoE for Sylph Cave, so I didn't really want to do that.
Right.
And yeah, there's just a lot of checks on the moon, right? So I ditched Dwarf Castle and Sylph Cave and went up there.
Yeah, well,
it definitely panned out.
We had a different perspective, having seen everything. You left some things behind on Earth, which avoided some rabbit holes that took our other runners down. So from your point of view, for all you know, the Rat Tail is some horrible chain. You hadn't seen a Baron Key. You hadn't seen a couple other things, and maybe it just doesn't end up being something you can just look at and know one way or another.
Yeah, I was missing a lot, actually. I only had 10 key items, so I was putting off Fabul to do like the efficient self part, but then that just never panned out. So
Yeah, I see what you did there. Nice.
Yeah, it turns out Pan was actually in a trap chest in Sylph Cave. And
oh, that's convenient.
yeah, Sheila gave out the White Spear for the first check and the Adamant Rock for the second check. So
Less convenient, but
less convenient.
Yeah, rabbit holes.
yeah, no, I felt pretty good about most of the decisions in that. I contemplated just finishing off the hook route after the chest within the trap chest was the very last one, right beside the bosses, and I was like, is it quicker to walk out? And I should have just save scum back to the old save point, which I didn't save after I did the 2 stonemen. So I could have just did those right quick and boogied out, but I walk of shame.
Yeah, one of our runners did the save scum you described, but you still got there, and I think it could have been a very quick run through to get through that Bygone since Crystal Cecil shenanigans, and then Bahamut
Yeah.
that spot's not too bad.
Yeah, that's mostly why, because I saw the Bahamut and I was like, yeah, it's pretty easy, but yeah, I don't know which is quicker. Maybe just doing them.
Yeah, totally fair.
Yeah, and especially with these flags, you've got the power. We've commented on it all throughout the race. You're not going to be slowed down by your fights. It's just a matter of choosing the best route when there's so much ground to cover.
Yeah, that's what I tried to go for, just efficiency and group checks. I avoided the heck out of Feymarch because Demist is not fun when you only have a Crystal Sword Avenger and a Cane Avenger for damage, really.
Yeah, Demist gave a spoon, and then Rydia's mom had the Legend Sword.
Six Forge.
Yep, could have forged, got your 102nd Excalibur. Give Coco 128 of them, get a prize. I don't know what that prize is, but there's a prize involved.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I jumped into this kind of last minute, and I briefly looked at the flags, and I was like, ooh, T Wild free shops, S Wild, Crystal Swords abundant, hopefully. So yeah, that was my main goal early. Is like Cecil or Kane, ideally Kane, because he can immediately use Avenger, find Avenger.
Yeah, there's at least 2 Crystal Swords out there.
Yeah, there's a couple. I didn't quite get the no Big Bang swag kill that Possum got earlier in the week, but yeah.
Still had a very good kill on Zeromus. Things went pretty well for you.
It's kind of hard not to when you have Crystal Sword in your level 50s, I think. I don't even know what I was at.
Right. When the only person that you've got 2 warriors in the 3000s, you've got Rosa almost at 2600. There's no fear.
No, not just that too, but like Crystal Ring and Ribbons and such, you're not going to be taking much damage.
But yeah, congrats again on winning the first restreamed race of the year.
Thank you.
Bet that feels good.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, are we gonna see you tomorrow for Legacy Racing Club?
Oh, absolutely. I've been doing a couple of those seeds for practice. They are pretty crazy. I think there's like 11 objectives that you got to do.
Oh wow.
So should be exciting.
Yeah, you're right. It's 11. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Turn on O Fiends.
Oh right, Fiends is on tomorrow. That's gonna be ugh.
Yeah, Fiends plus Rosa plus the random 3 and Antlion. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm hoping it plays well because I'm usually okay at like full clearing efficiently, but we'll see.
By the way, the swag walk around the treasury was pretty funny. Thank you.
Not one, but 2. I did 2 because I guess
You
second
did
race
too.
of the week, right?
And looks like Jeebus is gonna do it too. Oh, Jeebus is going the opposite direction from you, but still doing it. Only did one swag walk though.
The counterclockwise. Bold play. I like it.
Yeah, any last thoughts before we let you go and bask in your victory?
No, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad I joined the race, and thank you everyone for doing restream. And I'm not too sure who's doing the restream and tracking, but you guys are awesome.
Yeah, we've got Dathis on Restream and Plumerian Knight on tracking.
I love you all. You guys are awesome. So yeah. You
Have
too.
a great night.
Night.
Yeah, and thanks for volunteering to be restreamed. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Bye.
All right. Meanwhile, we had Jeebus start a run up the Tower of Zot, paused, warped back out, got the Earth Crystal turned into the Treasury, and is heading back up to the moon to race down to Zeromus. Does not have the pass, but still in a good position to come in second of our restreamed runners, and possibly second overall. We'll see.
Yes, we haven't had anyone finish off stream yet. Jeebus, possibly prompted by seeing the dun from Woobear, gets the rat tail. Might have thought this probably wasn't a full moon clear. Might be best if I go check this. Little did he know.
Yep. Yeah, we got 20 racers on the restream tonight. It's like, in the race tonight. We're only restreaming 4 of them. I think the biggest restream we did was a couple 12-player restreams during Zima Zone 3. That was a Herculean effort by the community, and hats off to everyone who was involved in making that work.
Yeah, that's not something we're going to break out every day. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is for special events. And I do not want to promise any more of them because I'm not in a position to truthfully promise anymore. So, but it'd be fun if we did. That's what I'll say.
And it is a fun and vibrant community full of a lot of volunteers stepping up to take care of a lot of different things. And I have no doubt that we have not seen the last of Free Enterprise. There's much more on the horizon, I'm sure.
Yeah. We, like you said, we've got a great community, and that is a big part of why I stick around. Like, I try to be competitive. I'm probably a mid-tier runner, but like the community is what keeps me going, because everyone is just supportive and welcoming, and there's very little drama, and we just have a good time and are pretty friendly with each other, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Jeebus is swag walking down to Zeromus, not taking that save, and here we go.
And to be fair, if he's got the kind of power on him that Woobear had, he doesn't need that save.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Antodale just finished second place, 1 hour 40 minutes 52 seconds. GG's to Antodale.
Congratulations, Antodale. Good job knocking it down.
Jeebus' party is slightly different than Woobear. As we say, a leveled up Porum is currently sitting in the middle slot instead of a base level Sid. Getting some extra access to healing spells from that. We might see some extra reflected nukes. Well, white in the case of Porum, but we'll see some reflected high tier magic probably.
Yep. Porum usually won't have the hit points that Rosa has at same levels, but if she's got the hit points needed, then she'll be able to shrug off the big bangs just as well. She's got good stat growth.
Yeah, she's level 58, so... Oh yeah, she's got 2,000 hit points, she's fine.
Yeah, a high roll on the 9-roll big bang that can hit 2,700 might knock her down, but she should be able to shrug off everything.
Yeah, and that's usually the third big bang, right?
I think so. Can't swear to that, but I think you're right that the third big bang in each cycle is whether you're in phase 1 or phase 2 is the big one, as it were.
Yeah, so we've got some very powerful...
Much as they told me that behemoths are not dragons, we'll probably answer this question shortly.
Yes. Yeah, we've got some very powerful fighters going on here, and Rose has got almost 3,000 hit points herself, so any damage that Rydia and Porum add is just gravy.
In the meantime, McBain and Tybalt have picked up their rat tails.
And both have their passes, so they could be fighting Zeromus in 2 or 3 minutes if they chose to head back to Earth, but they still have quite a few checks to make here on the moon, so probably won't see it for a few minutes still.
And the fact that they took the time to run down the pass, I don't know where it was within relation to the rat tail, but it appears that they're committed to the same thought Woobear had. I'm up here on the moon. I'm going to finish the job before I run.
Yeah, it was a trap chest. That's what our tracker gave us, but I don't remember what floor it was.
Yeah, Behemoth, again, comment from the chat, but couldn't tell you where. Oh, wait. The fork. They did mention in chat, the fork. The, where you choose to go to the ribbon or the,
Or,
crystal sword.
yeah, ribbon or crystal sword.
Where? Slowly coming back.
It's been a lot of things we have had to keep track of this seed. Like, I've taken more notes than usual, and like I can't fit them all on the same page right now. This is the first time I've had a vertical scroll bar on my notes. And like, I stopped keeping track of a bunch of stuff on the moon because we had everything already.
Eels flying out, and yep, Horum did eventually fall. They're in rocks. That's the end game.
Yep, Zeromus has at most like 20,000 hit points left.
And there's the flash.
There's the flash. GG's
Officially done.
Jeebus, third place, 1 hour, 44 minutes, 26 seconds.
Congratulations. Well done. And perhaps Jeebus will join us here for an intro. Bane had enough things to worry about on Earth that he hopped down. So he also has a tower key that he still needs to look into, so he'll probably work his way over to that rat tail before too long and get the job done.
Yeah, I did not write down what we got from the tower key, but I know it was not progression.
Yep. Kind of a just a package. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Right, and we are joined by
Here
Jeebus
is
tonight. GG's.
Thank you.
Fight the Ride.
Yeah.
Do your
J-Trap.
check, and at some point, you get your darkness, and you have that eternal question: do I finish the Earth, or do I run up to the moon? What were your thoughts then?
My thoughts were, I found something in Sylph Cave, so there's a slightly smaller chance that I'm not gonna find something, and if there is something there, it's probably not what I'm looking for. So I'm not even gonna go back to Sylph Cave. Let's not worry about that unless I get the pan or something. But I didn't want to. At the same time, I didn't want to orphan the Flame Dog chest or the Last Arm chest. So I went ahead and did those. I did the Hair Dryer's chest because if the Earth Crystal was there, I could hop back to the Earth and then just beeline straight to the Ribbon Room. That was my hope anyway. I really wanted to avoid doing as many trap chests on the moon as possible. I think I did about half of them anyway.
Yeah, it's never pleasant, but Dathus rolled up a required path through it. Funny you mention to go back to Sylph Cave. Fortunately, you didn't need it, because that's where the pan was.
Oh, that's fun. That's funny, and also pretty convenient for anyone who did go back there, I suppose.
Yeah, convenient until hold it up to an adamant.
Ah, well, yeah.
Shield the white spear, Shield 2 was the adamant rock.
Yeah, in the seed where you can just, sometimes buy crystal swords. I definitely saw an Excal in a shop somewhere, so, not the
Right.
greatest. Unfortunate.
Exaltamer,
Yeah.
if you hand over 128 Excaliburs to Kolkol, something special.
I don't know what it is.
I gotta say, going back to Dathus rolling a great seed, it ended up being having a magma key on the surface through the trap chest in Eblon, which I skipped in favor of going to the hook, but the Luca key ended up being in the Eblon cave anyway. That was just oof.
Kind of wild.
that was kind of beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah.
Appreciate the swag walk inside the treasury.
Yeah.
Woo Bear did it too. Tybalt just took a few steps in, but giving us a chance to rate that treasury. I think the highest score I've seen so far is 0 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. 0 out of 10. You gotta love just walking into a room of 18 chests and everything's empty. Oh, that's where the pan was, huh?
Yeah.
It's on the way down it's on the way down to Yang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's right there. How could you? Well, it's Sylph Cave. It's a pain. It really is.
It's a pain. Yeah, I really didn't want to do as much of it as I could, but I got the Bahamut on Rydia. I was like, yeah, that's probably good enough for most of the fights.
Yeah, she did work.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, any last thoughts on the Steed? Are we going to see you tomorrow for Legacy Racing Club?
Yep, I'm still going for that pink puff, so you will definitely see me tomorrow. I will be racing, if not on Restream, but it'll be a fun time. I hope to see everyone else.
You get the pink
Should be
puffs. I'll lose.
Deal.
And
Have a good
I
night,
will-
everybody.
I will try to accomplish the mystery objective.
There we go.
All right, everybody. Have a
thanks for
good night.
Good night, Jeebus. Thanks for being restrained.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Jeebus, our third place finisher. Still no duns in from the Discord, so fourth place is still up for grabs as our two restreamed runners are transforming the Romus into Egamus. We've got a base level Porum anchor, excuse me, from Tybalt, and just sheer power overwhelming.
Berserk
Lowest
cast
points
Rydia.
on the team is the 2,300 point Rydia. There's no fear.
Are you rocking an Artemis bow or a Dragon Whip? I didn't see.
We're gonna microwave this egg.
Okay, that is a Dragon Whip on Rydia's hand there.
Still a good nuke without even holding that. You put the time to level Rydia, she's got some good stat growth. She'll cause some pain with those nukes.
For sure. Like, we all like Palin because he learns to move faster, but Rydia puts out some good numbers.
No doubt. Athos is cheering the quad on Tybalt's side, to be fair. Kind of hard to keep a base level forum up in time to do a quint.
Yeah, but it's been pretty swag. Meanwhile, we have our fourth place finisher, Lord Bob Bree, with a time of 1 hour 52 minutes and 29 seconds. GG's to Bob Bree.
Congratulations. Done.
Fun fact, Lord Bob Bree was involved in the first tie of the 3 Miss Stone tournament with Neon Grey back in the Hook Route groups.
Scala tends to newspaper people talk about those ties. And with that, Tybalt, it's finished. third of our restreamed runners to be finished, and the 5th overall, with an official time of 1:53:05. Congratulations. Get your GGs out in chat. And here's Tibble with us now. Well done.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you, GG. Earth Crystal gets me again. It's the exact same item I was missing on Monday.
So you make it up to the moon. Realize that you probably have to be there by this point, and not just for the ribbon room. You've seen a couple of duns come in. You get a hold of your rat tail. Were you tempted to duck out on it early, or were you just like, nope, I better just take care of these moon spots while I'm up here?
I'm gonna take care of the moon spots here. One, I'm getting the levels I need for Z, and two, they probably did, de-lunar, then exit out and went top down maybe, because that's what people tend to do is top down. I'm just gonna go bottom up. We'll see if we find it. Lots of Avengers, glass helms. I don't need
So many
this.
things that you already had.
I was kind of hoping for a second Cecil. That's the reason why I went back to Eblin to pick up a second Crystal Swords, and I didn't pick one up when I was there originally.
You needed a sand ruby for that one, my friend. McBain pulled that off.
I had the Sand Ruby. I never took the character
that was
there.
your end.
All in all, I think it went pretty well.
So,
Appreciate the swag, Zerks, on party. Did not expect the dragon with Rydia to go to town.
Well, I mean, at that point, she had nuke, but I'm like, she's got heroine robe. I'm just gonna Zerk her up. She can get a few swings in.
why not?
You made our restreamer Dathis very happy.
Well, I almost had a vanilla party. I just needed an edge. That's all.
None to be found, unfortunately. Would have never things to throw, though.
That's true.
But during this discussion, we've had McBain, our last restream runner, come in 6th place, 1:54:13. GG's to McBain. Possum Morpheus is in 7th at 1:54:39, and Microcorgs in 8th at 1:55:24. GG's to them. And any other thoughts on the seed, Tybalt? Are we going to see you tomorrow for Legacy Racing Club and all the craziness that's going to happen there?
Of course. Definitely gonna see me tomorrow for Legacy. I love doing
Huzzah!
Legacy. You guys got any questions for me? Particularly what happened in my run?
Any other than, well, we'd mentioned the moon.
Yeah.
It's K-Trap. You're going to have a long trip throughout. This was no different.
No, I will say,
Particular way that things fell out that struck you as, oh, hey, that's a thing.
getting the Cecil at Baron Inn and immediately getting the Crystal Sword right after.
Sure.
Pretty spicy.
Had you
Oh, what?
already been to Ordeal, or did that
Yes.
say, hey, let's go?
No, I had already been to Ordeals at the time.
There you go. So, you're
So I
just
went and did my
ready to go
shopping
right
at the
in that
beginning. Yep, I did my shopping. Then I went through the normal Antlion, Hobbs, Vobul, and Ordeals. I'd seen the Cecil there, and I'm like, okay, cool. Get him. Crystal Sword. Okay, I'm going to Eblin. Get some levels on this Cecil.
Evelyn turned out to be pretty required.
Though I will say I did learn from Monday's mistake, as I got an early magma, like I did this time by checking Twin Harp, but I still checked the trap chests on the hook route. Because
That
last
turned
on
out to
Monday,
be, pretty.
Yeah, that was pretty important on Monday.
yeah, because Monday it was darkness at the Mad Ogre's chest,
Mad Ogres, yes, it was.
and finding Luke at the Staleman was like, cool, validated for learning it from Monday.
Here you go.
No, I really don't have anything
not.
else.
honestly.
But thanks for racing. Thanks for letting us watch and commentate, and thanks for helping us give a good show to our community.
Yeah, no problem. Always a pleasure to be restreamed, and thank you, Pixel and Commander, for commentating, and Dathis with the restream, and Flameria Knight for tracking. We couldn't do this without you. It would just be 4 people running, and people may or may not know what's going on without you guys.
We do our best. It's fun. Makes it easy.
Have a good one.
You too. Take it.
Yeah, and as we get McBain in here, we've got Solaris finishing at 9th with 157.14, and Flurry 14 in 10th at 157.31. GG's to them. And we are now joined by McBain. GG's, congrats.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that run?
Was pretty good. I think doing pretty well.
You got 2 Cecils. You're the only one
Yep.
on stream to run down that Sand Ruby check and have 2 Crystal Sword Avenger Cecils. Sure, that
Yep. Except I couldn't use it. My inventory was full. But what I really wanted was I was looking for an edge, really, just to. That's why I did the Sunruby
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, because we had multiple Masamune, and he could have just thrown Excaliburs all day. He would have been great.
Yep.
Nobody picked him though, so like, I think if he was here, he was either at the package or in the Giant. I think those are the only character checks we didn't see.
sounds right. Yeah. Should have seen everything else.
Apart from a second, what was your favorite thing about the seed?
Well, pretty much everything. I think I had a lot of fun with it. This was it felt like everything I did was okay. It was great. There was no bad decisions anywhere. Lots of items were just dropping when I needed them. And just getting a Bahamut and stuff and everything. Everything just very straightforward, I think. And I think I skipped the good things.
Yeah, I would agree with all that. There are no bad decisions I saw. K-Trap has so much ground to cover. You're bound to leave something behind somewhere, and it's not hard to get well over 2 hours trying to hunt down what you need, especially with the objectives themselves needing so many different key items.
Yeah, because of course the Galaxy Brain play was going to the moon early, but I mean, there's so much to do on Earth sometimes.
Yeah, sure. In a route relish, go up, get that rat tail, run away, turn it in, be done with it. But
Yeah, routing is definitely a challenge on these flags when you've got
Yep.
things everywhere to look for. Yeah, any other thoughts on the seed? Are we going to see you tomorrow for Legacy Racing Club?
Maybe depends on what time I come home. If I'm late, I'll probably just try it the next day.
fair. Had to do that once. Any other thoughts on the seed?
No, that's it.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for volunteering to be restreamed. We wouldn't have a show to put on without you giving us some people to watch.
Thank you all.
And that was Roger McBain. Did a good job. Give all of our runners a follow. They put on some good racing for us, and you'll get to see them practicing more and chat a bit more with them one-on-one if you duck in whenever they're doing their next practice.
Yep, and sounds like we're going to be sending you over to Ground Flyer next. he is still active in this race. Please do not discuss spoilers in his chat. We do have a spoilers channel in our Discord if you want to talk about that.
Yeah. So, thank you, Randomania, for hosting the Friday races for us. We appreciate it. And with that, good night.